Hello and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep IAS. Welcome to the big news. The topic for today's discussion, Rishi Sunak set to become UK Prime Minister. Before we understand what this topic is all about, we have two important announcements. The first is in reference to international relations this week. Tomorrow we would be uploading at 8 p.m. this video, so please do watch so that you understand some of the important international relations topics being discussed tomorrow on this session. The second announcement is in reference to the Telegram channel. As you all know, we are already on Telegram. If you have not yet joined the channel, please do join so that you get all the current affairs related updates. Let's get started and try and understand what is this topic all about. We know for the fact that United Kingdom is going through some grave economic crisis. In order to transform the economy of United Kingdom, Liz Truss was elected as the Prime Minister of United Kingdom. She, along with her Finance Minister, came up with what is called as the mini budget. Point to be noted, it is only she and the finance minister who knew what this mini budget was all about. They did not discuss any of these parameters with the other cabinet ministers. This became the first heated conversation within the conservative political party. First point. The second point is they did release the mini budget as well. This mini budget basically focused on increasing the government spending. It also wanted to cut down on the government taxes as well. One such area that they focused is on corporate taxes. What exactly happened? The corporate taxes were reduced. The minute the corporate taxes were reduced, they believed that the corporate taxes are now reduced, so the corporates would be able to reinvest into the economy. This became a failed project. Apart from that, what did the government decide? The government also decided that they will have to pump in a lot of money as well, for which they will be taking it from the market. But United Kingdom economy is not doing good. Market economics is not doing good as well. As a result, people who had invested in the United Kingdom economy did not feel good. They felt that the taxes should not have been reduced, and at the same time government should not have invested too much into government spending. So the minute they came out with this mini budget, the market responded in a very bad way. It responded in a negative way, and as a result, this entire plan of mini budget backfired. So Liz Truss has resigned as Prime Minister following a failed tax cutting budget that rocked the financial markets, which led to a revolt within her own political party. So Truss was in office for about 45 days, making her the shortest serving Prime Minister in the history of British. So what we had was a mini budget, and this mini budget did not hold good. There was turmoil within the political party, and ultimately she had to resign. This is with respect to the economic crisis. What we also have to look at is with respect to the political crisis. For the past 1 to 2 years, what we have seen is different prime ministers who were at the helm of the affairs. Why is this happening? That is because the last general elections that happened in United Kingdom happened to be in the year 2019. So whenever a government is elected, it will be elected for a period of 5 years. If you look into United Kingdom, what we have is the House of the Commons. The House of the Commons is like the Lok Sabha in the Indian parlance. So we have about 650 seats in the House of the Commons. Who are holding the majority? It happens to be the Conservative, who have about 357 seats. Then we also have the Labour Party, who have about 196 MPs in the House of the Commons. So who hold the majority? It is Conservative Party, which has the majority. So when were they elected to power? It was in 2019. So when will they have the next elections? It will be in the year 2024. So until 2024, until and unless this government, the Conservative political party's government, decides that they will not call for the elections, they will continue to hold the majority, and it is their own political parties candidates who can become what is called as the prime ministers of United Kingdom. So until 2024, until and unless this political party decides, till 2024, they will continue to hold the majority, and it is these MPs who will continue to become the prime ministers of the country. Now the question is, now that Liz Truss has resigned, who will become the next Prime Minister? As we initially discussed, there are about 357 MPs in the Conservative Party. These 357 will decide who will go on to become the next Prime Minister from the Conservative political party for the entire United Kingdom. So they have a formula. What is this formula? Each candidate needs the initial support of 100 members of the parliament. Each MP can only back one candidate. So with 357 Conservative in parliament, there can only be 3 candidates. So there were candidates as well. One such candidate happened to be Rishi Sunak. In this particular case, since he got the support of more than 100 parliamentarians from the Conservative Party, he is set to become the UK Prime Minister. So remember, it is within the Conservative political party that they have elected their Prime Ministerial candidate. So in the UK, general elections must be held every 5 years. The last election was in 2019. The next election will happen in 2024. Since the Conservative political party now has the majority, those MPs select amidst themselves who will become the Prime Minister. So Rishi Sunak is set to become UK's first Indian origin Prime Minister. He'll be the United Kingdom's first Prime Minister of Indian origin. Rishi Sunak, at the age of 42, will now be the youngest Prime Minister that has happened in the past many years. He has the task of steering the divided country and take the country through the economic turmoil and bring multiple people out of the poverty lines. In this backdrop, let us have a brief discussion about his background. He was born in UK's Southampton area to the Indian origin parents. His father was a general practitioner at the National Health Service. His mother happens to own a local pharmacy as well. His grandparents were born in Punjab. They had migrated to East Africa and they wanted to build their lives in East Africa. But in 1960s, trouble started emanating in East Africa. The region became less hospitable place for India, and as a result, what did these people do? They started shifting from East Africa and shifted their base to Britain. That is when the grandparents moved from East Africa and they ultimately settled down in United Kingdom. And once they settled in United Kingdom, he studied at the elite private school, which happens to be Winchester College, after which he went to the Oxford University as well as Stanford graduate. In the year 2009, he married Infosys co-founder Narayan Murthy's daughter Akshata Murthy. Now let's look at the political career of Rishi Sunak. Sunak's political career began in 2015 when he was elected the Conservative MP from Richmond, Yorkshire. He was supporter of Brexit program. He was made a junior minister in former UK Prime Minister Theresa May's government. Sunak in the year 2019 was rewarded with the post of Chief Secretary to the Treasury. After a cabinet reshuffle in 2020, Sunak was also promoted to the Chancellor of the Exchequer. So this is one of the designations which lies third in the ministerial ranking, just placed only behind the Deputy Prime Minister as well as the Prime Minister. What are the achievements of Rishi Sunak? Rishi Sunak became popular especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. How? When you look at COVID-19 pandemic, most of the countries were hit with economic issues. People also started losing on the jobs as well. They also did not have the sources of livelihood as well. And this particular moment, he came out with an economic package to support all the employees and businesses and ultimately came up with what is called as the job retention program. So this happened to be his major achievement when it comes to the politics of United Kingdom. Now the most important question is, what is the significance for Indians and migrants in the United Kingdom? When we speak about Indians, we know for the fact that Britain is home to vibrant and diverse community of people with roots in India, which is ruled as a colony for nearly a century before India won independence in 1947. As many as 1.5 million people of Indian descent live in England and Wales, making them the largest ethnic group after the White Britons. And in this particular backdrop, one of the issues that always surfaces happens to be racism in United Kingdom. The racism happens to be a negative attitude or a view about the Indian race or the ethnicity, and large number of Indians in the past have faced issues of racism. In 2009, there was also a murder of an Indian sailor by a white Scotsman. This also resulted in his conviction. And when you look at the criminal motivation of the person, he had what is called as the racial hatred. There are also several other issues as well, where people from India and from South Asia have faced discriminatory attitudes. They were not given houses for rent as well. So what we have witnessed in United Kingdom is racial attitude. In fact, we have also had the External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, who told Rajya Sabha that he would want to take up incidents of racism with the government in United Kingdom. Now, what is an advantage? We will have Rishi Sunak, who will become the UK's first Indian origin Prime Minister. So it is being assumed that the number of racial discrimination will comparatively reduce over a period of time. How is he going to enhance the relationship between India and United Kingdom? In the past, he has said that we are strong at financial services. We can help facilitate India's growth and expansion and help capital to their companies. Indian companies have raised lots of money from the London market. There is a strong relationship between our countries that creates jobs, and you would expect free trade agreement to do even more of that. So he says that when it comes to India and United Kingdom relationship, what we have to do is increase on the economic front. There are businesses, there are companies. In case these companies and businesses want to take money, they would be able to take the money from the United Kingdom's market, and at the same time there are some lacunae areas, deficiency in the free trade agreement. If we are able to address them, what we will have is an enhanced relationship on the economic front. Added to it is also spoken about the students as well. Whenever we speak about students, there are a number of students who go to United Kingdom for their studies. There might be issues when it comes to the visa, so on and so forth. There are also students from United Kingdom who may also visit India as well. So if there are any issues for the educational purposes, that will also be addressed, said Rishi Sunak. So he goes on to say that if there are any impediments and obstacles for the travel of the students from India to United Kingdom or from United Kingdom to India, any visa issues, such will all be addressed and it will be reduced over a period of time. So he speaks on two important front. One is about the students, the other is about the enhancement of the company's relationship, so that overall the India UK relationship is enhanced over a period of time. It is this that we have to understand, and once he takes charge of being the UK Prime Minister, we will have more such discussions in the near future. So this is it for today. Thank you for watching. All the best.